AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Rolling along here from Radio Row, Super Bowl 60. Get a chance to sit down with a Hall of Famer. You're going to take that opportunity. Andre Reed.
What's up?
Joins us. We get a little patent leather.
Oh, dude, I'm a shoe dude, bro. See, the shoe game is tight.
How many pair do you have?
Let me tell you. All right, so we're here at Radio Row. So you take this pop up here, the Patriots pop up, and move it out another 4 feet.
Okay.
That's all shoes, all Jordans.
So that was me yesterday.
See, got those two. I got them.
So I'm probably at about 110 pair.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. The best gift my wife ever gave me
is a pair of shoes like that.
So she started the revolution. She gave me a pair of Air Force Ones for Christmas years ago, and then I was just hooked. But that's not it. One year for Father's Day, she cleaned out a wall in her closet and bought me the cases and stacked them 10 high, 10 long. So she
they
gave
were
me
all
space
in there. They were.
Come on,
that's
man.
dope there.
Hey, man, thank you for the time.
Of course,
Appreciate
man.
this.
Of course.
I want to ask you, if I could, as a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Look, for our audience, today's a huge day. We're all anticipating Drew Brees is going to be elected.
Yeah, I was with Drew last night. Matter of fact, and yeah.
Give me a thought on, if you would, Brees and his candidacy here as a first ballot guy.
Speaks for itself.
You think no doubter?
I think no doubt. Yeah.
Okay.
All-time leader in yards, and he's got a lot of records, but Super Bowl too. He won a Super Bowl. So I think Drew is just, I don't know. Everybody's talking about, what Eli didn't get in this year and all that kind of stuff. I mean, Eli's going to get in for whatever reason, speculate that, whatever it is. But I think the two shoe-ins this year that I know is Drew and Larry. Were
you surprised at the Belichick conversation?
Very, very surprised.
Okay.
When I found out, I didn't know that all this, they're not going to tell you why. Obviously, they're going to keep that under wraps, but if not the greatest coach ever, as far as his resume goes. The voting is different, man. It's different than it was when I got voted in 12 years ago.
We've had a chance in the past. I know you do a million interviews, but we had you in the past. And one of the things I remember talking to you about was your weight. I mean, I don't think anybody ever questioned if you were going to get in, but there was a log jam at your position.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was just going to take time. A good friend of ours, Kevin Mawai, who played at LSU, is a Hall of Famer now as well. It was the same for him. He had to wait 5 or 6 years before he finally got in. What is that process like? You said it's changed, but what is that process like going through that Hall of Fame?
It's excruciating. To say that, it's a bigger word for it probably. Patience is a virtue. Criteria has probably changed. A lot of these voters now look at different stuff because, especially at the receiver position, because the numbers are so construed now because it's a passing game and this and that. I think they're more reliable now on championships and Super Bowls and things of that nature. So sometimes you're just like, this guy should have. And I always talk to Vic Carucci. Big shout out to Vic. I talk to Vic every year about, the class that went in. What did they think? Or, who said this and all that kind of stuff. Because he's in the room. He's in the building there. And he sees the votes and he sees the guys talking about their candidacy. So, once you get in, don't matter anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
So it doesn't. I mean, it took me 7, 8 years to get in, and it was me, Chris, and Tim Brown fighting for years. I mean, there's 3 guys now that I think should get in that have been waiting for 7-8 years. You know, Reggie Wayne, Torrey Holt. A lot of guys have been waiting for a lot of years. So, and then as guys come through, it's not that they get forgotten about, but they kind of just like, you know, they put them back here now. And that's not fair. Yeah.
He is a member of the Gold Jacket Club. He is Andre Reed. What's up, Prince Street Pizza?
Man, let me tell you.
I know
Prince
you
Street,
guys got it. You got the hoodie. You got the guys are.
I'm going to read off of this because I can't keep saying it. I want to say it wrong. Prince Street started in New York. And one thing about the pizza here is they use their own recipes. So it's New York style pizza, but they're in 18 locations now. Celebrities are on the walls. They really love their pizza. And, you know, one thing about them, it's a great atmosphere. And they don't tell anybody how they make it.
Okay.
That's their main thing. They don't tell nobody. You think pizza is just, it's just dough and sauce and all that. But they have special stuff.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Are they here in San Francisco?
They're going to get here in San Francisco. They just opened up in Vegas, I think, last year. Again, in San Diego. Originally from New York. You know, just like Buffalo, the only original New York team. And so celebrities have put really Prince Street Pizza on the map.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
PrinceStreetPizza.com.
Yes.
And I'm seeing here also, like you can see the locations, the merch, and they do sell some of the sauce. Like this jarred sauce you could buy if you want to buy your pizza sauce.
They're not going to sell a recipe, but you can get the sauce.
There it is. They get the marinara, the Fra Diavolo, and the spicy vodka right
so
there.
If you're ever in New York and there are 18 other locations, just go online and check them out where you are, wherever you are. Make sure you go through. Their lines are always out the door.
PrinceStreetPizza.com. PrinceStreetPizza.com. Andre Reed's hanging out. Hey, before you go,
Yes, sir.
I love asking guys, like, so your background, you were a D2 guy at, am I saying it right? Is it Kutztown? Kutztown. They named the stadium after it, by the way. Like, when you're a dude and you're in the Gold Jacket Club, that's what happens.
Yeah.
But do you think in this NIL portal era, your path would have been different?
Of course. I mean, I might have. I really think that I would have played 2 years at Kutztown and probably went to a bigger school.
Okay. Would it have been? Do you think it?
Definitely.
I guess it's hard to look back though because we look at your path.
And I'm kind of glad I didn't.
Okay, why?
I just think at the time it wasn't conducive for something like that to happen. Number one. Number two, I was a very young kid in college. You know, I mean, 18 years old, but I was very just like kind of in a bottle. And I wasn't probably ready to come out that bottle until a certain time. I was pretty comfortable in where I was. I think it was a blessing for me. And I tell everybody, you went to a D2 school, but look at the rosters in this NFL right now. There's a lot of D2 guys, 1AA, NAIA guys, and obviously your D1 guys. But these guys make up a great part of their teams. And some of them are Pro Bowlers. And there's a lot of Hall of Famers now, D2 guys. Yeah. So I think it happened for me the right way.
Not talking about the games, but you played in 4 Super Bowls. Give me your favorite memory of those 4 Super Bowls, not about the game.
Well, I would say probably just coming out the tunnel every single game. And you got the whole world watching. Pretty much the whole world.
Do you remember like any of the when you're watching on TV, Andre, like
you don't get the full spectrum
we're
of
paying attention to the halftime show and the commercials and the celebrities that are there. And there was the old story about Joe Montana like going like, oh look, John Candy. You know, like is anything like that?
Oh look, Michael Jackson, yes.
LA.
Pasadena.
Did you get to watch the halftime show?
I didn't get to watch it.
In my opinion, the greatest halftime show.
I didn't get to watch it, but we were coming in and I think we were down by a touchdown or 10 points down there. We had to come out and do something in that game, and we didn't. But I went past Michael Jackson, and he was standing there looking like a mannequin. Straight up Michael Jackson mannequin. I was like from here to that table right there, and I went past him. I looked at him, and I kind of just I go, and I don't know who I was next to, one of the teammates. I go, dude, that's Michael Jackson right there.
It's Mike.
And he was like this.
He was in
full mode. Yeah, he was full mode, bro.
Have you gone back and watched the halftime show?
Yes.
So you know how like there's a great video how he just holds his paws. They're not supposed
That's
to.
That's what he did. He held his paws. He did it for how long? How long did he hold that?
It was almost 2 minutes. And he said, "Do not start the music until I move." And so when he held it, and anticipation is built.
He probably had an itch somewhere. He probably the whole time like, man, I gotta get this itch on my neck.
Andre Reed, y'all check out PrinceStreetPizza.com.
Check it out, man.
Any of their 18 locations, if you're in one of them, go buy their pizza. Get them online, PrinceStreetPizza.com. It was a pleasure, man.
Awesome, man. Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure.
Awesome.
We appreciate Andre Reed. We appreciate Rouse's, the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, as we always say, this feels like home. Make sure that you get your king cakes. It's not too late. Mardi Gras, Fat Tuesday, less than 2 weeks away. We got a dozen more days, so make sure you get your king cake from Rouse's. 76 Rouse's locations. All of them bake their king cakes in-house daily, so make sure you get by Rouse's.com to have that king cake shipped. Maybe you got family in the Bay Area. Maybe you lived in Louisiana. You listen or watch us online somewhere else, and you want a little taste of home, go to Rouse's.com. Get that king cake shipped to yourself. Rouse's.com, Rouse's.com. Rouse's, this feels like home. All right, y'all, it is After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here from Radio Row. Our coverage all week presented by FMOL Health, Our Lady of the Lake. This is how we healthcare. Our Thursday AFR, we love, as always, telling you about Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Thanks to all of our sponsors who make trips and shows and things like this possible. Let me knock out a quick break. When we come back, just visited with Andre Reed. When we come back, Giants linebacker Bobby Okereke is with us. Stay here. It's AFR live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Darren James and Associates, brokered by LPT Realty. You know where to find them. Agent225.com, agent225.com. Hey, if you haven't done this yet, told you about it before, but I want you to do it now if you haven't done this. Darren James has a home value tool on his website. So if you're thinking about selling your home, you got to know how much your home is worth. This is a way to do it. Maybe you're not thinking about selling your home, but you've been in your home for a while. Like Erica and I bought our current home in 2016. So October will be 10 years in this home. And it's interesting to know what our home is worth now, what it's appreciated to over these 10 years. Well, if you're interested, go to agent225.com, agent225.com. One more time, agent225.com. Hit the home value tab, and you'll learn exactly what your home is worth using local market data. Agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com. AFR, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Unbeknownst to me, I am so fired up to plug this product.
Yes, sir.
Giants linebacker Bobby Okereke is good enough to join us here from Radio Row Super Bowl 60. Our coverage presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare. Good to see you, man. How are you?
Great to see you, bro. I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing awesome, man. Bobby's with us on behalf of Plunge. So in a minute, we're going to talk about cold plunging, which many of you might be annoyed at me because I talk about it all the time, but I could not be more fired up about this.
Yeah.
Coming here for not playing in the game.
Yep.
What's it like?
It's incredible. And, as a player currently in the league, you're surrounded by greatness. Yesterday, I was with Emmitt Smith. Andre Reed's part of my team. TJ Houshmandzadeh was hanging out with the hotel. Like, there's so many legends who come and congregate around Super Bowl. So it really feels like the NFL fraternity every year.
And you're from Santa Ana.
Yep.
So, and you went to Stanford.
Yes, sir.
So you're real familiar with this area. So give me a perspective just of like being close to home here.
Yeah, this is special. I mean, for me, I was born here, actually. I was born in Redwood City.
Okay.
Grew up in San Mateo for a little bit, but then third grade moved down to Orange County. So was in Orange County up until college, came here to the Bay Area at Stanford. And to be back here, it's amazing. The air's fresher. It's always a cool 65, 70 degrees year round. And it's special. I got about 30 Stanford buddies in a group chat right now. We're all trying to get dinner. So
Nice.
It's great to be back. It's great to be home.
I told my wife that I want to retire in Sausalito.
Okay.
I need a few more zeros in my bank account. Not quite there, but we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Dude, this really is an amazing. It's a great American city. It's a great food city. The topography is awesome. It's just you're right here by the Pacific.
It's gorgeous.
It is. What is your do you give people recs? Like, are you a foodie? Like food recs or anything like that here?
I'm a foodie. Honestly, most of my recs are probably going to come from New Jersey, New York.
Okay.
Being over there for 3-4 years now, it's changed my perspective.
All right. Why?
Some of the best food, honestly. And you can go Italian, you can go seafood, you can go Puerto Rican food. There's so many so much ethnic food that's really good.
And whenever you decide to maybe indulge a little bit, you cold plunge in the morning.
Yes, sir.
It's going to help you burn calories. Well, let's talk about plunge. We'll talk about Super Bowl 60 here in just a second.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your new head coach too. But all right, let's just start. How did you get into cold plunging?
Yeah. We have cold plunges at the facility. You got a cold plunge, hot tub, sauna. I was drafted by the Indianapolis Colts, a world-class organization, and they have a lot of the amenities and a lot of the modalities to support players. So being a young rookie coming in and seeing the old vets cold plunge definitely took their lead, but it's been integral in my process so far.
Walk me through your process. Like, how often do you plunge? Temperature, duration, everything.
Yeah, generally anytime I'm working out. So in season, probably 5-6 times a week, I'm cold plunging in the morning. And they're saying,
wake up, water.
Yeah, wake up, cold plunge. I like a little contrast. I don't really go for more than 2.5-3 minutes at a time. For me per se, I don't necessarily need it. Just shock the nervous system, obviously boost immunity, all the biohacking benefits. But they're saying now, you probably shouldn't cold plunge after workouts or after a hard lift, unless you're extremely sore. But you're creating that blood flow, you're getting all that circulation, and you go in the cold plunge, you kind of freeze it. So if you can cold plunge in the morning, it's probably the best for you.
You get a vasoconstriction.
Yes, sir.
Which is after you work out, you want blood flowing to all your muscles that are damaged and repaired.
100%.
So in the morning, the great thing, it activates brown fat, it releases cold shock proteins. Your body's trying to save its life.
Boost adrenaline, exactly.
Oh my God, the flood of oxygen to your brain. Bobby, I'm dead serious. Like, of all the biohacks I've done, that's one till the day I die. Like, I'll never give up. It's such an integral part of my day.
No, it's the best. It's twofold. The cold obviously has the benefits on your body, but what it does for your breath. And I think that's probably the most integral part. It really grounds you. And to be able to sit in a cold plunge for 2, 3, 5, 10 minutes, you can't be in an anxious state. It's forcing you to calm your nervous system. Your vagus nerve relaxes, and you really get in that parasympathetic rest mode.
I could not recommend it highly enough. So talk to me about Plunge.
Yeah. Plunge is a brand that I love and I honestly believe in. I invested in them. I'm on their athlete advisory board, and they're really just the premier health and wellness brand. Obviously cold plunges, they have saunas as well. But they're the A1 in the brand. So they do a great job. They have extreme customer service. And yeah, they're doing a great job, and I'm glad I'm on the team.
So I've seen this before.
Yep.
There's the porcelain tubs with the chiller attached to it.
Yep. That
can be a price prohibitive item for some. I see there's also more like cost effective. Like if someone doesn't want to, like there's this one, I don't know the exact pricing on it. People can go to plunge.com and find more, but I see there's multiple options as well. Like
100%.
People to get started.
Yeah, there's the all-in. Obviously, being in New Jersey right now, it's about 0 degrees, so they have the year-round one where you can, have the heater so it doesn't freeze on you. But they have the pod too for people who are living in apartments or have limited space. They have a lot of options for you, and they're huge on customer service. Obviously, they do a great job. They make a big profit, but they probably have the most amount of customer service, recalls, and just the return policy incredible because they're really built around customer satisfaction.
Yeah, they've got the all-in Gen 2, the plunge, the pod. It's all there at plunge.com, plunge.com. Again, like I'm a 10 out of 10.
Plunge.com.
Plunge.com. Like, go learn more about cold plunging. Plunge is awesome. Check it out, plunge.com. You got a new head coach?
Yes, sir.
What are your thoughts?
Love him. I watched his press conference on the plane, and, he sounded like the president. He's got that energy. I told him he's got that aura about him, but he's a guy who's had sustained success in this league. and he's going to bring that culture that we need.
Yeah. You got a young quarterback in Jackson Dart as well that a lot of people look. We're in Louisiana, so a lot of people knew of Jackson from his time at Ole Miss.
Yep.
And man, it looked like for a minute they were trying to recruit LSU's OC.
Yep.
Charlie Weiss Jr. up to New York. Do you follow those storylines when stuff like that starts to percolate?
Not actively, but on social media, you know how the algorithm is. Stuff pops in your face all the time. So I'm definitely privy to what's going on for sure.
Yeah. So give me a thought on Jackson after what you just saw in his rookie year.
Yeah, I love him. For a guy who's as talented as he is, to have as good of a head on his shoulders as he does, the sky's the limit for him. He's a leader, and he's a culture changer. You know, he's coming in and first guy in, last guy out type of guy as a rookie. He's an incredible pro already.
Yeah. Giants linebacker Bobby Okereke is with us. You guys played in the Superdome this year against the Saints. The good guys won that one. Thankfully, we needed a few this year. Hey, but I'm pretty sure I have this right. One of your years in Indy, you were there with Phillip Rivers, right?
Yep. Yes, sir.
His year in Indy.
Yep.
What did you make of his decision? I don't know if you got to know him well. I mean, just one season, but the decision 5 years removed to come out of retirement and play.
He's probably sitting there thinking this is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And he probably sitting there also thinking, I don't want to have any regrets in life. And I know he's got about, 11 kids right now, probably 10 kids right now.
I think he's up to 11.
For sure. And he's probably looking at that as an example to show his kids that doesn't matter what people say about you, doesn't matter what point you're on your career. If you have a conviction, you can stand on it and you can chase it.
Who do you think wins on Sunday?
I think it's going to be extremely competitive, but I got to give the nod to my Seahawks.
Would you grow up a Seahawks fan?
No, but, Uchenna Nwosu, good friend of mine.
Okay.
Leonard Williams, former teammate.
Sure.
It's almost like they're the USC Seahawks over there. So, they're great. Sam Darnold, obviously, I've seen him, give us a run for our money in a couple Pac-12 championships. So
yeah, man.
He's a stud.
So Bobby Okereke does not let it be known, hates the New England Patriots and everything associated with them. This is fun, man. Plunge.com. Go check out the website. Learn more. Plunge.com. Bobby Okereke. Thank you so much for the time, man.
Much love, brother.
It's our pleasure.
Let's get a little cold plunging session together.
Do you have one here?
I don't.
So I'm going to tell you, okay, before we're rolling. So I am probably, so when I can't cold plunge.
Yep.
And like literally every day of my life, I cold plunge.
Yep.
I'll take, if I'm traveling, I'll cold shower.
Have to.
So, and it's not the same. I mean, anyway, but just, you will get some of the same benefits, the breath work, all the things.
100%.
My hotel here, even when I full blast cold in my shower, it's only lukewarm.
100%.
And so I'm probably the only person that has ever stayed at this hotel that has complained about not having cold water. Like, it's bizarre, but like when you get addicted to it,
no, for sure.
Like I've heard Gary Brecka talk about it. Said it's his drug of choice.
Yep,
is cold plunging.
No, truly. And the cold showers in New Jersey, New York hit a little different.
Dude,
it's about 0 degrees there right now, so it'll probably get you what you need.
This time of year, it'll work. Appreciate it, Bobby.
Yes, sir. Much love, brother.
Thank you, man.
Pleasure.
Giants linebacker Bobby Okereke. We are brought to you by Relief Windows, reliefwindows.com, windows, door siding. Oh, yeah, they do shutters too. And now, indoor shades. Check it out at the website, reliefwindows.com, reliefwindows.com. You'll see the shades tab at the top. Want to climate control and control light within your interior spaces? Like, you know what, that sun beaming through in the morning, and so it's waking you up? It can help you out. It's Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades, too. Check them out online. Go see them on Airline Highway in Prairieville, or give them a call, 288-8138, 288-8138, reliefwindows.com. Okay, quick break, y'all. We'll come back here. Saints place kicker Charlie Smyth will join us live from Radio Row at Super Bowl 60. Our coverage is presented by FMOL Health. And as always, our Thursday shows are presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Charlie Smyth when we return on AFR.
AFR.
Man, we're brought to you by the Watermark in the Renaissance. Watermark downtown, Renaissance Southtown. Two amazing, two beautiful, two glorious, two luxurious hotel properties in Baton Rouge. Hey, remember, Watermark is Baton Rouge's premier hotel property, voted by you the best hotel in the best of 225. Watermark Baton Rouge, downtown, a landmark, the old Louisiana National Bank building, converted now into this gorgeous luxury hotel in downtown Baton Rouge with so much to offer. Yes, guest rooms. You have family coming in. Not too soon to start thinking about a baseball weekend. If you got family or friends or clients coming in, make sure they know they can stay downtown at Watermark Baton Rouge. Maybe you love a Sunday brunch. Who doesn't love a Sunday brunch? Sunday brunch at the Gregory. Awesome. Complimentary valet parking whenever you're eating at the Gregory downtown. Great place for dinner, cocktails, glass of wine at the bar. It is just awesome. Or to host any event. It is Watermark Baton Rouge, Watermark downtown. So make sure you check it out. It's Watermark Baton Rouge.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com. After Further Review with Matt Moscona, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row in San Francisco. Presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Saints Place kicker Charlie Smyth, good enough to join us here on site from Radio Road, Super Bowl 60. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm great, thank you. Yeah, it's a good experience being back out at Radio Row. Got a little taste of it last year in New Orleans as well, which was awesome. So, yeah, it's nice to be back here.
So you got to do it last year in New Orleans?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I came out with the Irish Pro Football Ireland last year and the NFL UK sort of branch, and this year we're back out again, I suppose. So it's nice to be asked. You know, I think the international thing's growing and we're trying to push it. So it's nice to be, you know, that they want me here, I suppose. You know.
Look, I don't mean to like minimize what you've done, which is amazing. Like, you're a kicker in the NFL,
yeah,
right? Who didn't play football until after your proper football career was over.
Yeah.
How common do you think this might be?
In terms of the route I've taken, I don't think it's very common. Like, so that's why I'm very grateful for the opportunities that have come my way. But yeah, also, you know, a lot of hard work on my own part and just sort of how much I wanted. Like, I've been a fan of the sport for so long, for 10 years now, and you know, just it's just been unreal the way things have panned out this last couple of years. You know.
Okay. Walk me through this, because you were a Gaelic football player in Ireland. Like, and I know you've answered these probably 100 times, but I'm curious now. So, you said you followed American football for 10 years. What was your like first introduction into American football?
Yeah, so some of my mates, close mates at home, were big. It was the Seahawks were big at the time, and Packers were big at the time, and they introduced me to it, and I was like, oh, it's 4 hours long. I'm not watching this. But then eventually, I says, the playoffs were on. It was the 2016 divisional round playoffs, and me and all my mates got some pizza and we watched the game. And in the last 2 minutes of the game, it was the Packers-Cowboys. The last 2 minutes of the game, there was 3 50-plus yard field goal kicks. One was a game winner, a 51-yarder, and one was a 56 to go ahead by 3 for the Packers, and then the Cowboys had a 52-yarder to tie it, and then the 51-yarder to win it. Then that kind of sparked something in me. It's like, the kicks have a big impact on this game, and I kind of knew I had a skill. And then the amount of marketing that's done, like YouTube and like Good Morning Football, you know, Pat McAfee show, just listening to these shows all the time, and getting, and the Sky Sports, obviously, you know, one of the biggest, the way they market and advertise the game. So just tuning into it, and nobody was doing it. Like, it was my own thing. I had nobody to talk to about this at home, but I was obsessed, and I was staying up to 4 a.m. watching games, you know, and look, it just sparked an interest inside me. I was thinking, if I could ever get the chance to do it, I think I could do it.
That's amazing. So, like, you fast forward a decade, you're a kicker for the New Orleans Saints, and like right from jump, boom, against the Dolphins, 56-yarder. Oh, by the way, also a successful onside kick, which never happens, by the way. Like, you might have just quit right then, Charlie. Be like, you know what? Good, man. Like, were you out there thinking, yeah, well, this is easy?
I was just on such a high from that week. The fact that I was told I was playing, so like there was nothing more that week could have thrown at me that wouldn't have made me prepared for the moment as what it was. So I was thinking, you know, 56-yard and a fourth quarter, you know, sort of, it was like 5 minutes left. You miss that, it's game over. We're down by 2 scores. You make it, it's a 1-score game. So it's a big moment, like, and you know, it was a long one. I was saying to the boys before the game, I hope it's a long one. I was hoping, it's, and turned out it was. And,
yeah, it was.
Then, so it was one of the best kicks I've ever hit. And then the onside, we practiced it once in practice during the week. And then myself and Phil, our coordinator, Galliano, was... We talked about doing that kick in the game then on the spot, and we went for it. And look, it was a bit of luck involved, obviously, but it was nice to be able to sort of put a ball in a nice position for Devon Vela. What a baller, by the way, to go and get it. So
yeah, man,
we've got some ballers in our team.
You it's by the way, also the game winner against Carolina too, right? With 7 seconds left in the game. I mean, you've done some improbable things in a very small period of time. Is that like? Is that lost on you? You realize that you've done some improbable things in a short amount of time.
You do realize that, but it's whatever situation I'm put in to go and perform, then that's what you have to do. So the boys did a great job. The fact that our defense held up in the fourth quarter and our offense got into their groove in the second half, and then the fact that it was a tight game because how well we played in the second half. So I'm only as good as what the team does, and Tyler and their offense really stepped up the second half of the season, and it was nice to, just play a part in it and help score points for the team. And the fact that there was a game winner there, I was just buzzing to get the opportunity, and long may, they continue, they keep coming like that now, I love those moments, so I do.
Yeah, but you have to be in that pressure moment. Saints kicker Charlie Smyth is with us here on Radio Row. What is still weird about New Orleans for you?
What's still weird? What is still weird? I think the variations in accents from different parts of Louisiana. Now, Ireland's very much the same. There's different accents all over the place, but like our priest who says mass on Saturday nights, I can't understand him at all.
What parish is it?
No, he just comes into the same spelling. I think he's in Father Tony. I'm like, I don't know what he's saying here.
What's the Father Tony what? Just Father Tony. We'll figure it out.
I think that's his name. I'm pretty sure that's his name.
It's all right.
But then, like, you hear from southern Louisiana, and they're like, it's proper. It's like, okay, now I know how people feel when they listen to me. So that's probably the biggest thing. And then the food culture, like we are very much potatoes with meat, and over here it's very much rice with beef and fish, and it's like, okay, rice doesn't really go with this, but
yeah, it does, Charlie.
It does. You know what I mean? And no, I love the likes of the jambalaya, and it's and the beignets, and I'm working on the crawfish. I didn't grow up eating seafood, but I'm working on it, and I'm trying new dishes and whatever. But those would be my two. Probably the jambalaya is probably my favorite so far. The rice jambalaya.
What's your favorite? Like, what have you enjoyed about living in New Orleans?
The people, everybody. Saints is the main thing. It's mad how much of a difference. We're kind of in a bubble playing football, but you can just feel it in the city how much of a difference it is whenever we're a winner. And whenever we're winning games second half of the season, everybody's mood is uplifted. And that just shows how much the Saints means to the city. It's the biggest market in the city, and I don't think it's like that everywhere else. And it just shows how passionate the fans are about the team. And obviously the weather is it's nice in the winter time as well. It's warm. So that helps. And there's always, some great golf courses around here too, and stuff. But we've got a nice visitor here.
Charlie, you got the Charmin Bear Ross. I don't know if Rivers isn't like, you could probably pan the camera a smidge and let our audience see. I don't know if you're comfortable doing that, but how's it going?
How's it going?
There's the Charmin mascot is just straight up leaning on the table. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Yep, we're just doing a live interview. The Charmin mascot is hanging out. That's the kind of thing that it'll only happen here.
Yeah, this place is crazy. The amount of
Yeah, what do you make of all of this? Is there anything like this in Ireland?
No, not at all. No, the way the Americans market their sporting events is second to none. It's unbelievable how much work goes in and planning, and that's how it generates so much money as well. And just walking around meeting all sorts of. Shook hands with Drew Brees earlier, and just chatting away with him, and I was like, this is nuts. Like, and met Pat McAfee for the first time as well, and he asked me for a photo. I'm like, what? I was like, whenever I was younger, I used to watch Pat McAfee in Ireland during COVID, and And I bought one of his hats, and it cost more to get delivered to Ireland than was the price of the hat. So just meeting the likes of that, that's what kind of sparked my interest in the game. And even just like Drew, like arguably the best quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
And our part of the world, he is the best quarterback of all time. It's just mad. That's what it is. It's unreal. It's so surreal to be a part of.
What's interesting, and Charlie Smyth was a couple more minutes, Saints kicker. When you sat down, I kind of introduced myself and told you where we're, and you're like, oh yeah, and I know the channel, know the station. Like, McAfee. I'm not saying we're Pat McAfee, but you understand. Like, you've obviously consumed a lot of. I mean, is that just a process of learning more about football or culture? Is just what is because some athletes don't watch or listen or any of this stuff. Clearly, you're into all this, the media component of it. Why is that?
Well, I think because I've been such a fan of the sport, like, a lot of those guys, they grow up playing football all their life, so they're looking for that sort of different thing in their life that to get away from it. Whereas, like, Gaelic football can be quite stressful in Ireland. You're playing for your people, pride of place, a lot of pressure on games, and like, because you miss, if you don't play, if your team loses, you have to face the people in the community the next day, and just old men being grumpy and saying, "Oh, you're whatever." I'm not cursing.
Thank you for
that. But anyways, so just dealing with that. But so football was my different thing, So kicking freezing Gaelic football and watching the NFL was my way of like getting out of studying for exams or whatever, So, but now I'm playing. In fairness, whenever I got playing, I kind of was like, okay, I need to park this here or whatever. So it was a challenge because it's such a part of your routine, watching football, like, listening to whatever. But then as a player, you need to find a way to switch off from that. And that's something that I'm still learning about. And, just watching movies instead of watching Sunday Night Football, or, just try. You need to find a way to switch off from it too, so it's not your whole life and whole identity, So I think golf's a good thing as well, sort of to pick it up a wee bit more, but I'm not very good, so we're working on it though.
It's a fun way to pass time. Who are more vulgar fans, Irish football fans or Saints fans?
No, Irish people, yeah.
Okay, they're more vulgar.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's better at drinking?
But in a good way.
For sure. Look,
who's better at drinking? I can't go against my own people here now.
Okay.
I am adopted New Orleanian.
I can't go against my people.
But no, there's nobody better in the world than the Irish at drinking. So I think that would be brilliant, because I'll talk. A few of my mates now are talking about coming over next season, and so they should go against the bourbon regulars, or whoever. I'm sure that's just touristy, but we're the wrong iron and places like that, and they should meet up and see who can drink the most. I'll spectate after a game.
I would not like to participate, but I would love to be an observer.
Yeah, that's what I was saying myself. I would love to spectate and see how that would go.
Those days are gone for me. My days are let me just sip some good whiskey and take it easy.
Yeah, let me get the sofa straight after a game, because my mind and body is wrecked. So I'll just have a wee beer and a bit of pizza and
man,
chill out. So that's where it's at.
The game in Paris, I'm assuming the proximity, I'm assuming you've been to Paris?
Yeah, I have, yeah. Whenever I was probably, I think it was the first flight I was ever on was to Disneyland in Paris.
Okay.
So I've been 3 times, just going to Disneyland all 3 times.
What do you think about the Saints playing there next year?
Oh, look, it's really cool. It's I think it's like a 2-hour flight from Dublin, so it's really cool. And look, I just want to be a part of that. I've got work to do, obviously to be here and stuff. So, but look, it's it's going to be unreal. It's going to be I'm sure the French people and the connections that have been built, and the amount of work that's going on behind the scenes. I was chatting away with Henry Hodgson, who's the general manager of NFL UK and Ireland. He kind of has a say in all the European markets as well, and he's saying like there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes to make this happen. It doesn't just happen. It's government officials meeting with Saints people, and Mrs. Benson. I'm sure Doug Miller's been flat out as well, and all his guys, and Davis and J-Mac and Grant. I could go on. I just love all the people in our building. Such great people.
Well, this has been a lot of fun, man. Hopefully it's not the last time we get to do this.
No,
but
definitely not. No, I'm going to be here for a while.
Cool, man. I wish you a ton of success, man. Great health and all that good stuff, and enjoy the rest of the Super Bowl week, man.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Thanks for having me on.
It's our pleasure. That's Saints kicker Charlie Smyth. All right, it is after further review. We will continue here from Radio Row. I do want to remind you about Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, Arco.com. This is industrial generator power over at Arco Power Systems. Listen, if the power goes out, what happens to your business? Well, you got to be online. Who makes sure you stay online? Arco Power Systems. Industrial facilities, government, municipalities, Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. Check out the website. And remember, while home base is in Baton Rouge, on Airline Highway near I-12, it's a giant company with offices up north to Little Rock, east to Mobile, west to San Antonio, and everywhere in between. It's Arco Power Systems, ARCCO, arco.com, arco.com. We need to pull out a call for Father Tony. Let Father Tony know that Charlie Smyth is having a little bit of trouble understanding the Nicene Creed during Mass at the Saints facility. Great dude, man. I really enjoyed that combo. All right, it's After Further Review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here on this Thursday edition. We're presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Let me knock out a quick break. We'll come back and wrap up hour number 2. Stick around.
AFR.
Hey, look, with thankfully a little bit of a warm-up, and honestly, here in San Francisco, it's 65 degrees and sunny and gorgeous and beautiful. But I know we've had the cold snaps at home and not quite done with the cold weather, still firing up that heater. If you had any issue with your heater, make sure you check out River City's 1 Hour Air. They're just the best. The big yellow vans and trucks with the giant clock on the side, 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. That's where you can get them. I guarantee you this. It's 247. It's 447 at home. If you have an issue with your heater and you call River City's 1 Hour Air right now, like if you call them right now, 752-0001, 752-0001. Right now, you will talk to a living, breathing human being who will, and not AI, not a call center, not a robot. You will talk to a human. 752-0001, where they're always on time or you don't pay a dime.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by Decision Critical Concierge Nursing. Healthcare for your lifestyle. Learn more at decisioncriticalbr.com. AFR, live from Super Bowl 60 Radio Row, presented by FMOL Health. This is how we healthcare.
Super Bowl, the most wagered upon event annually all throughout football season. We visit with our guy Lee Sterling from Paramount Sports. He's good enough to jump on with us here as we are bringing you live coverage from Radio Row Super Bowl 60. Lee, how are you, man? I don't know. I don't hear Lee. Let's see. I don't hear Lee. Lee? Well, let me see if we can try this one more time. My apologies, y'all. We're trying to do this on site. Had Lee. We're going to try it again.
Please hold while I try to connect you.
Literally calling him live on air. There it is. All right, Lee, we're live on air, man. I don't know what happened there. My apologies. Okay. All right, we got the most wagered upon event annually. Let's start before we get into the game. Props, what do you like? Oh, no, I think we lost him again. We're having, doggone it, we're having some issue here with trying to connect. My apologies, y'all, on that. We're just not cooperating. So apologies. Try to make that work. I'll see if I can get Lee's picks off air, and we'll pass them along to you. Just know ParamountSports.com, ParamountSports.com is where you can go to get all of Lee's info. On Twitter as well, at Paramount Sports. If you want to follow Lee Sterling. Lee was awesome for us all season long. If you're going to be betting the Super Bowl, yesterday we had Kelly Stewart and Ariel Epstein, the Kelly in Vegas and the prop queen. Lee Sterling will get his bets. Jimmy will be with us. Jimmy Al will be here with us to finish hour number 3 today. We'll get his picks and what some of Jimmy and his handicappers think on the game, all that good stuff. So we're looking forward to that. So my apologies that we weren't able to connect there with Lee. Just a little bit of a technical issue here on site. Hey, let me take this opportunity to remind you about Supper Club, supperclubbtr.com. Y'all, next Saturday, a week from Saturday, is Valentine's Day. Now, they're booked for Valentine's Day. They've been booked for Valentine's Day. And my guess is they're probably already booked for Friday before Valentine's Day as well. But they get the whole week. Remember, it's not too late if you want to jump in and get a reservation. They're open Tuesday through Saturday. So celebrate Valentine's earlier in the week with a great meal at Supper Club. And then, of course, you can go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras. Eric and I will be at Endymion, the ball, on Saturday night. So we'll do our Valentine's dinner earlier in the week at Supper Club. Then we'll go to to Endymion for the ball. Looking forward to that. Of course, listen, you're going to have the best meal you'll ever have. You know, we're in a great food city in San Francisco. I'd put the meal you could have at Supper Club against any in this town or anywhere. SupperClubBTR.com is where you go for your reservations. SupperClubBTR.com. You want the amazing Australian Wagyu. You want the Japanese Omi beef. You want one of the Sagrera cuts, or maybe you don't even want steak. Maybe you want lobster, or maybe you want that Chilean sea bass, or that veal parm, or the lamb lollipops I talk about all the time. My goodness, there's no shortage of incredible options at Supper Clubs. You have the best meal of your life. SupperClubBTR.com for reservations. SupperClubBTR.com. Okay, we're going to kick off hour number 3 after SportsCenter. A.J. Dillon will be with us, Ryan Leaf, Matt Sims, and Jimmy Ott for his picks. That's all coming up in hour number 3 of AFR. One other quick note here today, if you missed it, we got this up at LouisianaSports.net. The SEC preseason all SEC in order of finish has been released by this is the coaches. And LSU has been picked to win the Southeastern Conference in baseball with 231 points. They had 9 first-place votes. LSU had 9 first-place votes. Mississippi State had 4. Arkansas 2, Texas 1. But LSU an overwhelming pick with 231 points to win the SEC, and 5 preseason All-SEC players, including Derek Curiel, Kason Evans, Zach Cowan, all on the first team. Stephen Milam, Jake Brown on the second team. Hour number 3 is next.
After further review.
Hey, I want to take 60 seconds and remind you about the Williamson Eye Center. If you want to see 2020, call 924-2020. 924-2020, 924-2020, or WilliamsonEye.com. That's Williamson, EYE.com for the Williamson Eye Center. At the Williamson Eye Center, Dr. Blake Williamson every single day changes people's lives. And I don't say that flippantly. When you think about it, if you're someone like me who genetically bad eyes, and you'd wake up and you have to shove contact lens in your face, or you'd have to wear glasses, or you'd wake up and fumble your way through in the middle of the night to try to find the restroom or the light switch or whatever the case may be. It was hard to drive at night with your contacts out. You're wearing glasses. The prescription's probably out of date. Like, what if you could just wake up in the morning every day and see 2020? The Williamson Eye Center makes that happen for people every day, and you could be next. WilliamsonEye.com.